So have you ever attended a family function or an event and then someone takes a photo of you and you ask them to send it to you and then they get lost in their WhatsApps or scrolling on Facebook and then they never end up sending it to you? That tends to happen a lot nowadays. Let me introduce you to the Fujifilm Instax Pal. So this is a small compact camera that replaces the need for people to be constantly pulling out their phones and oftentimes getting lost in it. So this is a mini digital camera which allows you to just put it on your finger, swing around with it, just point and shoot and take out photos without having to pull out your smartphone, get lost, and all of those things. This can also be paired with an Instax printer and it can be linked together so that you take photos and immediately print those photos that you are taking, which I think is rather cool. So some of the specs, it has a 1/5" CMOS sensor with a primary color filter. It has a f/16.25, which is a 35mm equivalent lens. This can actually take 50 photos and save them directly to this device. And it also takes an external SD card. And with that SD card, it can store up to 850 photos per gigabyte of storage that you put in that SD card. It shoots primarily JPEG photos, and your photos have 3 different shoot types: mini, square, and wide. So that is determined by the photo film that you will print the picture onto. So this camera weighs only 41 grams, and when you purchase it, it also comes with this little ring which you can place your finger through to help you carry the camera. The ring can be placed on top of the camera, which then turns it into a little bit of a viewfinder. And then also the ring can be used as a tripod to place the camera down, settle it, and then set up a timer or whatever and take out the photo. As I mentioned, it has 2 shooting modes. It has fun mode, which pairs with your smartphone and allows you to just take out snaps and it'll save it to your smartphone or to your SD card. And then we have the linked mode. So the linked mode is where the camera and an Instax printer are connected to each other, and then every photo you take is then immediately sent to the printer and printed immediately. My preference, I'd rather take out the photo, look at it, see if I'm happy, then print it, because you also don't want to be wasting the photo film. So as I mentioned, this camera can connect to a smartphone for viewing. If you don't want to use the smartphone, how you use it, as I mentioned, power it on, point, shoot, and you can download it off the SD card or connect it to your phone where it downloads the photos and frees up space on the camera. But if we want to take a look at the app, so all we have to do is download the Instax Pal app. And on initial connection, all you have to do is have your Bluetooth on, and the Pal would. It'll basically ask you which to connect. You can rename your Pal. So you can see mine is called the techsceneza Pal, and is looking forward to shooting. Tells me battery percentage, what shooting format we're currently in. On the bottom left, we have our gallery. So as you can see, the gallery is a history of all the photos that we've taken at our Christmas dinner. And you can see we actually had a little bit of a photo booth. So we took out some funny photos, we took out some actual photos, both with a camera and with the Instax Pal. What you can do from here, the photos that you've already taken, if you'd like to review them like me and then print them, you would find a photo, and from this photo what we could do, we can adjust the shooting format, the film style, square, wide, and we can adjust its placement as to how it would look. We can also add corrections and effects to the photo, and then from there we could save this photo and then do like how I did and post it directly to social media or whatever, like how I posted my Christmas photo, which was shot on the Instax Pal. If we don't want to do that, we can also, from the photo or from making the edits, we can print to an Instax printer. So now, moving on to the point of cost. So how much does this camera cost? So this camera retails for 1,999 rands and it is available in 5 colors. Milky white, gem black, lavender blue, which is the one that we have, you have powder pink, as well as you have a pistachio green. The camera is sold as its own individual item, and if you want to pick up the Instax printer, that's a totally separate cost. This is the Link Mini 2 and this retails for about 2,000 Rand as well. The print cartridges or the print film, that is sold separately depending on how you want to pay it. If you just want the camera, you can purchase the camera. If you want to have them together and just take out a photo and print directly, then you'd have to purchase both together. So let's quickly touch on some pros and cons. And one of the biggest pros for me is its ease of use. You can give it to anyone and it shoots excellent photos. And it is mini, it can maneuver and go anywhere. The con that I see right now is its price point, 2,000 Rand. And when I met some people at the Fujifilm event held in Durban, when talking about the Instax, I heard the comment being made, what's the point? Because most people will see this as, hey, it's a camera. We can just as well pull out our phones. There's no additional cost. So that's the biggest con right now. In rounding up on this device, it's an awesome device. It was very different to see people just picking up this thing and pointing and shooting and taking out photos of the day, rather than everyone, you know, like tiptoeing around the fact that, hey, should we take out a photo, should we not take out a photo? It was there. If you saw a moment that was a photo worthy moment, you just picked it up, point, shot. If you had to ask me, Prashant, would you purchase this device? My honest answer would be no. Purely because a 2,000 Rand price point for a small device like this, there's nothing wrong with its size, don't get me wrong. But if we think about it, 2,000 Rand is a lot of money. If we think about the additional 2,000 Rand for a printer, they don't kind of work hand in hand together. But I've had an awesome time with this as well as the printer. It even allowed me to set up the photo booth for Christmas Day. We took photos with the Instax and we printed those photos and had them given to family. So it was an awesome experience. Had I to rate this device out of 10, it would land itself a 7. And the only thing weighing it down, again, purely is the price. If this was more cost effective, say 900 Rand, maybe 700, 900 Rand, it would make more sense. But to think about the tech that's gone into this as well, you understand the cost point, it doesn't make sense to the South African market. But yeah, a big shout out to Fujifilm South Africa for sending out this device and the Instax printer, as well as film for me to play around with and to test this device out over the Christmas period. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can let me know by giving me a like rating if you did. And if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. If you'd like to pick up your very own Instax Pal, link is in the description below. But guys, thanks for watching. My name is Prashant and I'll catch you in the next video.